Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Betrayal at Krondor. And when last we left off, we pretty much worked our way through the entire dungeon. We could leave via the stairs here whenever we wish. But there's an opportunity here I don't want to pass up, and it is this chest here. This chest always locks whenever you unlock it, giving you an infinite source of experience for lockpicking, provided you can open it up without breaking the lockpick. Now, Gorath can do that, and we already have Gorath at 67% lockpick, and as you can see, I have lockpick selected as the only skill to improve, so I think you know what's going to happen here. That's right, we're going to be working on Gorath's lockpicking. This is pretty much all this video is going to be, so I hope you're sitting comfortably because it's time for a training montage. And it's also a good opportunity to show you how quickly you can raise a skill if you find a way to cheese getting tons of experience ticks on it. Like here. Now, we've done this before. We've done this with barding with Owen. We've done this a lot with haggling, and we've been taking advantage of, at least earlier in the game, all the opportunities we could to improve Gorath's armor and weapon crafting, and then James's as well. Also, because of the way we are standing, the graphic for the chest has a hole in it, and you can see the floor through the lid. Don't think that was intended, but it doesn't matter. We can still unlock it, like so. Now, I'm going to just keep doing this. In theory, we could get Owen to unlock this as well, but there's really no point, because I don't think Owen's really going to advance that quickly. Also, even with the Amulet of the Upright Man, I think Owen would be at risk of breaking these lockpicks, and we really don't want that. We really don't want Owen to break the lockpicks. There we go. This is a really well-designed dungeon for lockpicking, by the way. The game gives you lockpicks right away, just in case you had them on James, which I did. The game has the locks be a low enough skill requirement that you can open them with Gorath, likely without ever having any training, and the game gives you all of the keys that you need to get through, even if you haven't been accumulating keys. And we have been accumulating quite a lot of keys. Probably more keys than we're ever going to need in this game. But I'm not going to say no to having more keys. Also, don't know why Delakhan didn't take away our keys. Not sure why, especially considering the fact that one of these keys could be used to open up the cell door. Actually, probably not. I imagine they had very special keys, like that key there that we've managed to get a hold of, that I imagine will never be used outside of this dungeon. Ever. Also, it's now getting to the point where we need 3 or 4 openings of this chest to get a single percentage. But just imagine Gorath just diligently opening and closing this while Owen just sort of, you know, keeps himself busy, watches occasionally, checks the corridors just in case somebody comes down them, strums the loot, examines the masonry, eats a bit of food, practices magic a little bit, you know, tiny things to keep him entertained, while Gorath is keeping himself entertained with the nitty-gritty of doing this. Now, if I were, after we get another percentage point, to remove the Amulet of the Upright Man, would we gain experience faster? That is a question. Right, so if I... Let's see, you're at 79%. Okay, if I take this... I can't actually take this off you right now, can I? No, your inventory is full. Right, I'm going to... For the moment, there is a... Not that. There is a whetstone here that I'm going to put on the floor so that I can take this off you That lowers your skill to 64% and raises your skill to 39%. Now, if I save, we'll see if you can still open this. Also, what does this give you? You're at, as I say, you're at 64, and that puts you at, what, 79 when you're holding onto that? So it's a 15% improvement. That is a sizable improvement. Right. Let's see if you could open it. Yep, you could open it quite easily without the amulet now. So, we're gonna have you not have the amulet, so that your skill is lower, which means, in theory, you'll gain advancements faster? Maybe? I don't know how this works. I'm doing a bit of experimenting here. Honestly, I'd be fine with getting your skill high enough so that when you have the amulet, you're at 100%, because I don't think I'm going to be taking that off you. But I'm just curious if I can get this really, really high a lot faster without it now. Also, if we can get you to 100% without the amulet, I could sell the amulet, and we could have an extra bit of inventory space. Or I could give it to Owen, in the very unlikely situation that he alone is locked up in a room. Not likely. These two appear quite inseparable. I am, however, missing James. I'm definitely missing having a third member of the party. That, little orb there is very empty. And I wish I could fill it, even with, like, a temporary companion. Was James a temporary companion himself? I don't know. Will we see him again? Maybe. Maybe. What I do know, however, is that we have a lot more of this still to go. Alright, let us just keep opening this. Don't say I didn't warn you, by the way, with this video. Don't turn around and go, how was I to know that this was only going to be lockpicking? I pretty much stated that this would only be lockpicking. You have no one but yourself to blame if you're expecting something else. This is 100% pure Betrayal at Krondor lockpicking action. The height of excitement and high adventure. It's neither of these things. But this is definitely something that happens in fantasy settings. You know, when James gained all that skill in lockpicking, he probably gained it this way in the setting by, you know, working on practice locks and very boring, mundane things. Got better at fighting by practicing the same sword swings and parries and fighting stances over and over and over and over again. Practice makes perfect, and though you typically don't see it in the books or in the films that portray high fantasy adventuring, that's how they improve. They just practice a lot. And eventually, they get better. And then people are like, wow, I wish I could be as good at picking locks as you, Gorath. And Gorath looks at them with his fingers red and raw from all of the lockpick practice that he's done in such a short period of time. And he'll just say, practice and you'll get better. I'll never be as good as you, even if I practice. And it's like, no, you absolutely will. You just need to practice a lot. That's one of the things you learn in life, that even the masters, everyone, started somewhere, and they got better through practice. Just gotta keep practicing. And slowly, you'll get better, and then you'll get better still, and then better still, and then better still, and you'll always keep improving. That's another thing you learn as well. You never stop improving. You never stop learning. I always try my best to learn a new thing every day, and this here is one of those things. Right, what's your lockpicking at now? 75% without the Amulet of the Upright Man. 75% without it. We could very easily get to 100% here. we could very easily get to 100%. And I really hope we can, because I really want to sell this amulet. If you get to 100%, you'll actually have more lockpicking skill than James. It's a good thing James isn't in the party in a way, because he'd get quite jealous. It's taking, what, 4 or 5 attempts now to get a percentage point? So the second one... third one... fourth one, there we go. So 4 for that. So if we have 25 more to go, like 100 more lockpicks, in theory, and that'll do it. That'd be nice. Doesn't seem as many as it should be, does it? Doesn't seem like that many, but oh, sometimes it might be 5 though, so it could be 125. Still, that's not a lot, because you can blaze through one attempt in 5 seconds. I might be done with this sooner than I anticipated. As I said, I'm not going to be training Owen. There's doesn't seem to be much reason to do so. And this is when we really should be training Owen. Look at all those keys we have. We still have that key, by the way, that leads to the Palace of Krondor. We're probably going to need that key. Also, I really need to buy more lockpicks for Gorath. We only have 6. Hopefully there'll be some encounters outside the dungeon that are going to give me some lockpicks, because I really, really need them. Hopefully I find a store. That's what I need. I need a store. I want to sell this armor. Lockpick abilities improved. It's now at 80%. Yep, we are most certainly getting there. It's only a matter of time now. Only a matter of time. So that means that you'll have 100%ed 5 skills. Weaponcraft, armorcraft, haggling, barding, and lockpicking. Don't think you're going to be 100%ing accuracy melee or defense, which is ironic considering you're a warrior, but I'll take every 100% I can get. If you're at 100%, does that mean you'll pretty much be able to unlock everything without fail? That can be unlocked with lockpicks, of course. Or deactivate every trap that we find as well. That'd be good. I wish we could have got a much higher lockpick earlier. But I could have got a lot higher lockpick earlier, but I didn't. I could have gone back and trained on that box in Chapter 2 with James. But training with James actually wouldn't have helped me right now, because James isn't here, and I wasn't to know that James would not be here. But that said, we very quickly got to a point where we didn't have to worry about locked chests and the like with James. He was just unlocking everything, with exceptional ease. I wonder if we're getting 1% every time we gain a level here. Also, the music has given up. The music is not coming back until I leave the area, or load the game, or save the game. Saving the game will also bring the music back briefly. Not for long, but briefly. Here we go. Just keep going. There isn't, much as you probably want one right now, a button to just keep going at this lock without exiting and then going back to there. If we could just, like, do a lock, and then close it, and then do a lock, and then close it. I wonder, however, if we've reached a point where we're not getting... Nope! I was about to say if we've reached a point where we're not getting advances anymore. We are getting advances, it's just taking a little while. We are now at 84%. If we get one more percentage point, we will be at 100% with the Amulet of the Upright Man, which is good, but I want a little more than that. I want 100% without the amulet, so that we can save a precious point of inventory, and so that we can get a bit more money. Like, selling the amulet will probably get us a few hundred. That won't be so bad. We're only at 691 after all. If if we encounter a tavern in the area around Delakhan's fortress, I wonder if we should play. On the one hand, we could get lots of money. On the other hand, they might be a bit suspicious of Owen playing. Or maybe there are just humans in this area. I don't know. I don't know anything about the setting, so I don't know if there are only going to be Mordhell where we are or not. This might not even be in the Northlands, though the game has not so subtly stated that the objective of this chapter is to escape the Northlands, so that's probably what we're going to have to do because that's where we are. The game wouldn't give us a false objective. Interesting if the game did give you a false objective, though. Like, escape the Northlands, and it's like, actually, no, that's not what you have to do. You have to stay in the Northlands and defeat a giant flying octopus or something. I don't know what enemies are in this world. There could be giant flying octopi. I doubt it. But there could be. Right, lockpick increase. What is it at now? 87. Oh, these are coming a lot slower now. Now it starts to slow down. Now we start to do like 6 or 7 per. I was afraid this would happen. I was quietly hopeful that we'd just be able to, you know, get 4 or 5 per percentage, and that'd be it. But no, as we progress closer to 100%, it will take more. And Owen at this point is probably very bored, just having decided to take a nap while Gorath is diligently working at this. I think it's taking like 6 now. And eventually it'll take 7. But I'm committed to getting this done. And I wanted to, you know, capture the experience. So that you know what it's like. That's why I've tried to, you know, keep all the barding and everything in there, so that you get the full... This is how the game is. If you want to improve your lockpicking quickly, this is how you do it. And sure, it's not elegant. It's not clearly been designed this way, but it is something you could do. An unintended side effect of the chests constantly locking themselves. I wonder if there was a strategy guide for this game, and something like this was mentioned. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Then again, I would be surprised that there's actually a strategy guide for this, like an official one. I know online there are loads of walkthroughs for this game. Oh my, if you type in, like, Betrayal at Krondor walkthrough, you are inundated with potential ones. Some of them more direct than others, as far as I can see from the tiny bits that are shown on the main search engine. There we go. Just keep doing this. I think we're nearly at 90%. Nearly there. I'm surprised that Gorath is learning anything from this now, considering how many times he's opened it. Maybe he's opening it in increasingly, more difficult manners. Like, he started off with all the lockpicks, and then slowly he removed them one at a time, and now he's no longer using the lockpicks, and he's actually using, like, the bit of leather on the pouch of the lockpicks, and now he has transitioned from using a small stick or a shard of stone, and eventually he's just going to stare at the lock and will it to open. Right, you are at 91%. Okay. Last stretch, Gorath. We have 9% to get. 9%. Are you done yet, Gorath? No. I'm nearly done. It's been hours. It's been like 10 minutes. I'd say more like 17, 18 minutes. That's still not hours. But we could be ambushed at any moment. But we haven't been ambushed at any moment. You've got to wonder why they haven't attacked us. Maybe there's no one here to attack us. Really? You think there aren't any more soldiers in Delakhan's fortress? You presume we're in Delakhan's fortress. Well, we did see Delakhan. It would stand to reason that this is his fortress. Or maybe he just came here after he discovered that we've been captured. I don't think that's likely. Besides, we saw that stone there that said that within this area he united all the clans. He wouldn't do that in a random place. Also, I just discovered that you can use that to move about. That is not something I knew, and also that probably means that you can use the mouse to pretty exclusively play the game outside of making save slots. Interesting. Very interesting. If a little, like, keypad came up when you save the game, or a little overlay for pressing buttons for letters, you could play this probably without any keyboard input. Would be interesting. Right, that is a point of lockpick. We are going to check after the next point of lockpick as to how many more we have to go. Also, I bet they're all super surprised when they see that suit of kingdom armor in there. What's in the box? What's in the box? Treasure! Oh, it's closed now. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Treasure! Oh, it's closed now. Nearly there, folks. Nearly... Oh, press that again. Nearly there. And this is when I do all of this and the game crashes. You know what? I'm gonna save thinking about that because, game could crash. Don't want that to happen. Really don't want that to happen after all of this. Imagine if it did. Imagine if it... I wonder if that reset the, I doubt it did, but I wonder if that reset how much experience I needed to get a increase. Probably not. Right, how many more points do I need? We are at... Oh, 94. Oh, we need like 6 more of these. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We're already this close. Might as well press on and finish it off. And then we will be the undisputed master of unlocking things. In fact, he actually might be the master of unlocking things. I don't think there's any character I've played in any of my LPs who'd be better at opening locks. Maybe Hexat in Baldur's Gate 2? But then again, I think the boundary for unlocking things was rather low in that game. Because they had to presume that you didn't have a decent, thief. On account of Emoin being a dual-class thief. There's another point, that's 95. You could get worse. Nalia is like a level 2 thief. I don't know why you'd even want 2 levels of rogue. Like, 2 levels of rogue might have been useful in the original game, but not the sequel. Also, I'm really getting sidetracked here from, Gorath improving his lockpicking. Gotta focus on this. Make sure we get the absolute max strat. If only I could change where the lockpicks were, so that the lockpicks were closer to the lock, thus decreasing the amount of time we have to take to get the lockpicks over to the lock. I suppose the way to do that would be to pick up less keys, but I really do like all these keys. Actually, I have less keys than I thought I'd have. Like, I don't have more than 10 of any key. Also, this box is now really difficult to gain experience on. But we gained some experience. We're now at 96. We have 4 more percentage points to get. And I think every single one of these is taking, like, 10 now. That's 1. I'm gonna count this. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, oh, more than 10, 11, 12? Okay, this is now taking a long time. 13! 13 uses. Now, way back when we had far less skill, we could have gained like 5 percentage points doing that. But, all of that just for 1. Still, I'm not going to complain. I am not going to complain. Right, let us go over here. And when I say go over here, I mean go over to the box and keep opening said box. Also, I'm surprised the key that we used to open up the room in Cavil Run is still actually intact. I mean, it's not like we're going to be using it for anything else in the game. We're really not going to be using it. Also, I'm surprised we haven't encountered any super dangerous new enemies in this dungeon. They're probably saving them for when we're out of the dungeon and we are swamped by super tricky fights that will get us horribly killed. I mean, there are already 2 of us. Okay, Lockpick has gone up again. That puts you at 98. Right, 2 more increases. We can do this, folks. 2 more increases, and then we're good. And then we will make our way back to the exit. By the way, I don't think any time has actually passed while we're doing this. I think so long as we don't move from this spot, no real time actually passes in-game. So, Gorath has actually managed to do all of this within the space of a couple of minutes in-game. Even if in reality, it's taken nearly half... It's not really taken that long. It's taken like half an hour. To max up a skill completely in a game in half an hour is quite an achievement. Less than half an hour, because it did take me time to get to the box. Less than half an hour, really. Although it probably will be half an hour by the time I'm done. Oh, wrong button! Also, if we go into this menu, it does bring back the music. So, saving, loading, and going into that menu, bring back the music. Could have kept doing that to, there we go! That is the penultimate lockpick improvement. 99%. Just 1 more, and then we are good. Then we'll get out of here, and be able to open up every single chest in the entire game. This is when there are now no more chests that require us to open up anything. I could see that. I could really see that being a thing now. It's like, haha! You have maxed out your lockpicking. You fool! All the uses of lockpicking are behind you. It's not likely. I imagine there will be some things that we can open. Don't click away from the box, me. There's nothing else that we can do outside of this box. I'm really looking forward to selling this Amulet of the Upright Man. It's kind of my reward for doing this, clearing up an inventory space. I mean, Owen could have it, but really no reason for him to have it. Couple more. There we go. There we go. Another one. And another one. It's always that final percentage point. It's always that final percentage point that is the tricky one. Still waiting on it. This is when you cannot get your final percentage point. Nope! There we go. There we go. 100%. 100. So, 100 in armorcraft, 100 in weaponcraft, 100 in barding, 100 in haggling, 100 in lockpicking. Eat your heart out, James. Now I am a master of lockpicking. Never going to equal me, though. I've actually surpassed you. What? That can't be. Who are you talking to, Gorath? No one. No one at all. Are you sure? Yes. Let's keep going. We have to get out of here. And indeed we do. We have now finally done what we need to. 100% in lockpicking attained. We're going to head up here. It's dark, but honestly, we're not going to be here long enough for us to need to activate a torch. So, down here and round here. But I will turn on the lights a little bit. Sense Eyes of Bishop. Scent of Sareg. I want to use this one and have Candle Glow, just for a little bit. There we go. And so, when we come back, folks, we will leave this dungeon and hopefully just walk right out of the Northlands. Oh, who am I kidding? It's going to be a lot trickier than that. But hopefully it won't be too hard. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.